Hi, You Can Heal family. Have you ever been disappointed by something or someone and not really sure how you feel once you've been feeling disappointed? Does that make sense? If it does, stick around because I'm going to give you some things you can do, maybe 3 things that'll help you deal with disappointment. All right, so as promised, this video is inspired because I've been really considering selling my van and getting into something smaller to help and decrease my debt. And I saw this car online that's real close to where I live, and I didn't act on it when I first saw it. So I just did just now. I went by there to look into the car and perhaps, trading mine in. And I saw it there, but it was already sold. And the lady was coming tomorrow. The lady's coming tomorrow. The guy did take my name and number if something falls through. But yes, I was disappointed. So I walked out of there kind of like, oh man. But the lesson is, when you think you might want to change something or do something different or try something, act on that thing if it's responsible, right? And make a decision and move on it so you don't ever have to experience the disappointment, because it could have been I walked in there, checked out the car, and I just decided, hey, I didn't want it. But I had to walk into a situation where someone else already kind of made that decision for me because it was already sold. So just act on things that, you're really considering doing. Act on it, and then you won't be surprised on the back end if something springs up, because you've already moved on it and put yourself in a position to possibly have the thing you desire or the thing you want, whatever the case may be. Now, the other thing you can do to help with disappointment is not set your expectations high when it comes to other people, because people do hurt us. People do, let us down. But if we aren't expecting anything from them, then we don't have to set ourselves up to get hurt. So let me come up with an example. It's kind of like, is that an example? I don't know. We're going to use kids. You tell them to, let's put it this way. You expect the dishes to be done when you get home, and they're not done. Well, now you get home and you're disappointed because you're staring at all these dishes. But if you set an expectation, so now I'm doing this backwards. Anyways, if you set an expectation, when I get home today, I expect this to be done, then you're not going to walk into a situation where you're disappointed, because you already know what you said. So you're going into the house expecting it to be taken care of. And if it's not, you've got some consequences in place for those kids, right? You've got some things already set up that those kids know if they didn't take care of what you asked them to do, they're going to have to deal with this. So you're not left feeling disappointed. You feel more empowered and in charge and in control of the situation. So that's another way, or hopefully that was a good example of how not to end up feeling disappointed. And I think also too, just setting some, and I talked about this a lot, just setting some intentions and some expectations for yourself as far as things you want to accomplish and things you want to get done for your day or your week or within that month, and outlining those things. And then you won't end up feeling disappointed with yourself when you look back over your week or your month and things didn't get accomplished. But if you purposely decide ahead of time what it is you want to do, then you won't be disappointed with yourself. Like, prime example, I'm at my favorite park. I've already decided I'm going to take this walk today and get my 1.5 miles in. So at the end of the day, when I look back and be like, oh, you didn't take that walk, and I'll feel disappointed with myself. Today I'm going to be like, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. So that's what I wanted to share. I guess when I walked out of that car dealership just now, I was a little disappointed. But remember, I have to take responsibility, because I could have acted sooner in the week, and I possibly could have gotten into a different vehicle, which would have lowered my debt ratio, right? But that's okay, because now what we have to do is we have to look at the lesson we learned and not stall or not procrastinate, but get moving on things. And then we may get the result we want in the end. Amen? So that's the video. You know, I was just going to keep these thoughts to myself, but I was like, I got to make this video, and hopefully it will resonate in some way with someone. But I think the bottom line for me is, in order to, we can't avoid disappointment, but we can, you know, control what we do, what we say, and how we set our expectations and give ourselves a little more power, you know, so we're not blindsided or walking in situations where we're feeling let down or disappointed or misunderstood or not heard. And that brings me to another point. You know, we can speak up for ourselves too, you know. And sometimes when you've been broken down so long in relationships that haven't been healthy, it's hard to speak up for yourself. But I'm telling you, if you can muster up the courage to say what it is you want, how you feel, and what you need, it's going to go a long way in cutting out some disappointing things that could come up in your life. So have a voice, vocalize, you know, say what's on your mind. Always be loving and kind and do it with the right spirit, but don't be afraid of your own voice, because you have a beautiful voice. God gave it to you and he wants you to use it for his glory. So let's go about the rest of the day and, you know, the week, and minimize some disappointments if we can. Control what we can, you know, and let God handle the rest. I'm going to post this video. Now listen, be nice to me in the comments. If it didn't make sense, you know, be nice to me about it. Or what does your mom say? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I crack myself up. Okay, you can heal, family. I love you. You know I do. Always remember that true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and he lives on the inside of you. We'll talk soon. Bye.